Dartmouth Community Media, your source for all things Dartmouth, is proud to present exclusive coverage of Dartmouth High School Lady Indian varsity basketball action as the Lady Indians play host here at the Carlin Lynch Activity Center against the New Bedford High Whalers in a Southeast Conference matchup. Hello again, everyone. Ian Abreu with you courtside alongside my partner for this evening, my longtime friend, Chris Santos. Chris, a pleasure to have you here as part of the broadcast tonight.
I appreciate it, Ian, and it's great to be here, number one. And number two, working with you once again. It's been a while since we've done something, but always seems to be versus New Bedford and Dartmouth.
I think the last time you and I were together may have been around 2005, 2006. And Chris, as you can see here on the screen, we have senior night here at Dartmouth High. It's always a great chance to honor these young ladies for their career here at the high school level.
It sure is, and a beautiful gesture right now from the Dartmouth ladies, giving actually roses to the seniors of New Bedford High School. What a great job that is by Mr. Scott Richards, the head coach, and his staff.
And there really are, and you see here, the only two Lady Indians who are seniors this year getting honored, Chris. You've got Casey Oliver as well as Charlotte Ronan.
This is Casey Oliver here with her family. Looks like her mother and dad and her brother, I believe, let's say. So taking pictures at center court. Always a nice time for the seniors to get out here and show, the family and the support of the Dartmouth Indians.
Well, that's the thing, Chris. I mean, for a lot of these young student athletes, this might be the end for them. Yep. And so these are memories they'll cherish forever.
Absolutely, and it's something that Scott Richards and I'm sure his staff, look forward to as the season progresses toward the end. As a Dartmouth High alumni person that I am, and graduate of 1986, I always look forward to coming back here and representing the Indians. Nice to see them with their two seniors, and here is the second one, Miss Charlotte Ronan.
And you'll see, Chris, tonight's action, Casey Oliver is certainly a spark plug as the point guard for this offense. It really goes through her, and a win tonight for the Indians. They come in at 9-7. They're heading to the tournament.
Well, and in the opposite, Jordan Pina having a tougher kind of year at 6-11. They're ranked 41st in the South, Ian. If they can come away with 3 impressive wins, they might be able to make it up to 32nd, which gets them into the tournament. So we'll have to see how that makes out, especially, but he's got to start with an impressive win here now tonight. And then he's got Taunton and Sandwich left. Lost to Taunton by 3, but beat Sandwich by 3. So play them for their second time, and maybe those wins can get them into the playoffs.
And as you see here, the two seniors for the Lady Indians have been honored, and as a nice gesture by head coach Scott Richard, Chris, Charlotte Ronan will be infused into the starting lineup tonight. Not typically a starter, but it's a good way to show her some homage.
Yeah, it sure is, and a lot of the head coaches like to do that. Sometimes they have a lot of seniors and say, hey, all 5 of you could go out there and start the game. So it has been done before, but for these two, they will get the nod. Oliver and Ronan, and also Ava Crane, along with Abby Zuber and Catherine Cheesebro to round out the starting 5 for them.
While we have a moment, Chris, let's take a look at the starting 5 for the visiting Whalers.
Yeah, for the Whalers, well, it's been Vanessa Butcher, the top scorer for New Bedford. She's averaging over 11 points a game. Tatum Reese will be also in the lineup with Lexi Thompson. Kennedy Franklin in the middle, along with Sydney Ramus, an outside guard. So in that 5-minute warm-up that they will have left after that introduction, obviously, to senior night, so that was very nice of them. But for Jordan Pina, I think it's been kind of a down year for him, Ian. I think he had high expectations, and only being 6-11, had some tough ways to win games and some hard ones to lose games. But it's been centered around the offense. Really having a difficult time scoring points. Their defense has stepped it up a little bit, but the offense has not been where he would like it to be. They had a nice trip down to Florida, got that going, and thought maybe coming back that would put that little bond and unity together to really create a good year. But at 6-11, it's not where he wanted, probably not where he expected to be. So see if they can finish strong in their last 3, maybe get lucky and make the playoffs.
And that's one thing about Jordan Pina's teams, Chris, and I know you watch this team more than I have over the years. They're always very athletic. They run up and down the court with a lot of enthusiasm. That's obviously akin as well to the tutelage of Mickey Gonzalez, who also assists Jordan on the bench.
Yeah, that's true, too. One of the things that has been deteriorating from the New Bedford, I would say, program is you're getting now athletes and you're trying to turn them into basketball players. Before it was basketball players trying to make them more athletic. You know what I mean? So that's the way that kind of is gone. So I think he's seeing that a little bit more, and hopefully, you take a look at the lineup, and besides Kennedy Franklin and Sidney Ramus, that's his only 2 seniors. So hopefully coming back with Butcher, the top scorer, Reese and Thompson, just juniors and sophomores, in there as well, with some of the other ones that you'll see coming off the bench. So he's got high expectations with this group. And then, obviously, you saw the JV actually won today as well. So get a couple of those girls and get right back into it. But still trying to make them basketball players.
Before we tip this baby off, Chris, I have to ask your opinion on the news of the week from the MIAA announcing that the high school basketball semifinal rounds and final rounds will not be played at the Boston TD Garden this year. My opinion, I think that's very short-sighted by the MIAA, given what these student athletes have gone through these last 3 years. I thought that was a bad choice. Your opinion on that?
Well, it's a dream and an honor to make it there, and it's something that you look forward to at the beginning of the season if you have yourself a good group of players to say, hey, listen, man, our goal is to get to TD Bank, and you think of it that way. So, yeah, it's kind of hard. At the same time, I'm not sure unless you know where they're actually playing these games, but sometimes they'll take a big-time college and say, okay, hey, let's go to Holy Cross, or let's go to BU or somewhere else. So I don't know where they're doing it, but, yeah, you would like to really get to the TD Bank, but we're hearing in the truck it's the Songus Arena, so another nice place, but it's not the heritage of, obviously, Boston Celtics basketball.
Well, we'll be right back in about 2 minutes with the opening tip-off. Ian Abreu and Chris Santos. Stay tuned, folks. We have the Whalers and the homestanding Indians up next here on DCTV. And we're back at the Carlin Lynch Activity Center for a packed house on this Friday evening. Again, we welcome all those who are watching us on our YouTube page live stream who could not join us from near and far this evening. Thank you for joining us. And those watching us on tape delay cable here in the town of Dartmouth. This is the high school athletics game of the week. The homestanding 9-7 Lady Indians playing host to the visiting Whalers of New Bedford High at 6-11. And as you can see, Chris, the introductions are being made about the starting lineups. We had mentioned during our open some surprises for the Indians, giving it a senior night, but for the Whalers, no surprises here.
No, not at all. And Lexi Thompson was first. She's the ball handler. That's the one that creates everything. Booch is your top scorer. Reese is the defensive specialist, gets in there. Franklin's the low post that they look to when they really want to get down. And Ramus is the three-point shooter. So it's a combination of a lot of things that Jordan Pina looks to when he tries to get his offense going.
And Scott Richards and company here for the Indians, hoping for that tournament berth tonight, hoping for that postseason berth. And they hope that not only can they get that 10th win tonight, but win their consecutive remaining 3 games after that to increase their seedings. As of tonight, they rank 28th in the MIAA Division II girls basketball rankings.
This is my first look at Cheesebro, so I'm really excited to see how she plays, Ian.
She's a good ball handler and very talented in the low post. We'll now rise for the playing of the national anthem. All right, Whalers, Indians on tap next. Again, the Indians in the home whites with green lettering and white trunks with green trim. And of course, the visiting Indians in the traditional old school crimson and red with the red jerseys and trunks, white lettering and numbers. The Indians will defend to the left side of the court to start this thing off. And they'll go west to east as they will attack the basket here in this opening stanza.
I wasn't at the game, Ian. I was actually away on assignment. I believe it was a 57-43 Lady Whaler victory in New Bedford. Is that correct?
57-45.
Okay.
You were close.
Okay, I
2
was
points
close.
off. That's okay.
All right, so this is kind of a little revenge for Dartmouth here on their home court. Let's see how they make out this evening as we're moments away from tip-off and the play-by-play with Mr. Ian Abreu.
Thanks, Chris. Again, it'll be Kennedy Franklin on the opening tip against Ava Crane, the 2 big girls, and it's controlled by the Whalers, and the Whalers look to push right off the rip. Here's Thompson, baseline, up top, that's a 3, back ironed by Butcher, rebound goes to Crane in the Indians. Here's the spark plug of that offense, Chris, I talked about during the open. Here's Oliver quarterbacking the play.
Man-to-man with Butcher on her.
Zuber, free throw line, tries that Kevin McHale-esque floater in the paint going away. She's hacked on the way to the rim. She'll shoot a pair at the charity stripe. The foul will go against Lexi Thompson, her first personal.
Yeah, and Franklin looked to say, hey, I had my feet still. And the guy says, I'm not worrying about you. I'm worrying about number 3 who came in and banged you.
And we'll take a look at that foul.
Yeah, now watch Franklin. She's going to get her feet, but see how Ramus came in, and Thompson came in and hit her first.
1 of 2 made from the line. And now the Whalers look to go in transition. Hop, skip, and a jump, and a toss out of bounds. A turnover by Lexi Thompson. She was looking for someone cutting to the left side of the elbow. Nobody was there.
Nope. Or looking for someone to take a 3. And again, nobody was there. So Thompson, the ball handler, quick turnover.
Here's Casey looking for a pick, does not get it. Kicks it to Kathy Cheesebro. Catherine, baseline. Floater, good. Catherine Cheesebro, only a freshman, Chris, but she plays like a senior.
Yeah, and I like that matchup there for her. Even though Reese is their best defender, she went right by her on the right-hand side and a little soft kiss off the glass for 2.
Tatum drops it off to Ramus. Sydney back up top the key to Thompson. She'll slow it down and call the play. Being guarded by Cheesebro. Contact down on the floor was Oliver. No call. 5 on the shot clock. Shot is up. That would have been a 2. No good. Back iron. Rebound to Crane. Here's Cat. Sees an opening. Takes it and makes it.
And that's what you got to like about it from what I've seen already. It's the confidence of a freshman making plays like that. To the right and now to the left down the middle.
Back-to-back possessions. Back-to-back field goals for Catherine Cheesebro. The freshman, 5-0 in favor of the homestanding Indians. Here's Bucha. Thought about a 3. She'll corral it instead. Dumps it off. Thompson. Free throw line. Hop skip. Way too hard off the window. No good. Rebound to Zuber. Oliver. Nice drop off the Cheesebro, and it's good. And with that, Chris, Jordan Pena has seen enough. He has seen the Indians rattle off a 7-0 run. And it's unraveling quick for Pena and the Whalers.
Well, you can actually see on the replay right here, and as you said, the ball control, moving it up is Oliver. Looks for right there as Cheesebro has got in the last 6 points for Dartmouth. And Ian, let me tell you, this is what I've been talking about with the Lady Whalers. Half-court issues on offense. Can't get anything going, can't generate. They have to have transition basketball, get it off of rebounds or get it off of turnovers, and that's how they've been creating points. Have to find a way to get some half-court scoring, or it's going to be a long night for the Whalers.
And you have to admit, that was a well-placed, well-timed timeout by Pena. You had to corral the girls in now because it was unraveling.
Listen, you got to consider Cheesebro probably one of the top players, and she's just walking right now wherever she wants to go on the floor, and nobody's covering her.
All right, here's Lexi, top of the key. Leaves it off to Tatum Reese. Reese, dipsy doodle move, goes to the rack, no good. There was contact, no call. We go back up top the key. Thompson, a floater, free throw line floater, no good. Rebound loose, but she gets her own board, and a fresh shot clock for the Whalers if they so wish. The ball is dribbled down low, off the foot of Bucha, out of bounds. Another Whaler turnover, and the Indians have the ball again.
Yeah, good job by Crane in the middle as well, helping out on the double team if someone gets beat off the dribble, but she's there to help out.
Zuber, crack center, all alone. The 2-on-1, the layup was no good, and the rebound is tipped and just deflected to the side. Charlotte Ronan was all alone, just could not bank it home. Here's Casey. Draws a double team, needs help, 18 on the shot clock. Almost traveled, tried to thread the needle down low, tipped out of bounds by Kennedy Franklin. It'll remain Indian ball with 14 ticks on the shot clock.
She's trapped in the corner, and you got to have someone come help you. You just can't rely on her to find somebody open.
Zuber to inbound under the basket, looking for help, finds it in Casey. Casey takes it baseline, kicks it up top of the key to Ronan. Ronan back over to Casey, goes to the goal, hacked on the way up. She is smacked by Bucha.
Actually, I think they're going to call it on Reese.
Is it going to be Reese? Okay,
so.
They were both there. It's going to go against Reese. You are correct. That's her second personal. And shooting 2 will be Casey Oliver, who is a very good free throw shooter.
Makes the first, and we watch the foul again. Watch Reese come in. Watch the right hand right there on top to pick up her second.
And Casey, in true Casey fashion, makes them both, and the Indians have a 9-0 lead. Here's Thompson to the rack. Layup is high and wide, and the rebound goes to Oliver. Oliver, nice dipsy doodle move behind the back, finds a wide open Crane, had the layup, just miscued. Rebound grabbed by Ramus. Ramus over to Butcher across the timeline, a 2-on-1. Contact, no call. The ball is deflected out of bounds, however, off Casey, and the ball will remain in possession of the Whalers.
And I'm going to change those fouls, Ian, because them fouls are going to be on Thompson, Kevin. She's got 2, not Reese, so none on Reese.
Down low layup is up and no good by Kennedy. Gets her own rebound, 2 chances, no good. And the rebound goes to the Indians and grabbed by Oliver. That's one Kennedy usually banks in.
Oh, easily, and that's 0 for 7 right now from the field for New Bedford.
Cheesebro up top to Ronan. Ronan gives way to Crane. Back over to Cheesebro on the give and go. Draws a triple team. Casey 3-ball, no good. Rebound loose. Who wants it? It's grabbed by Ramus. Halfway through this opening frame, 9-0 in favor of the Indians.
Whoa.
That's a 3 if it's good by Bucha, and that's high and wide, and the rebound is grabbed by Crane.
That's very nice of you to say it like that, Ian. High and wide is a good one.
Here's Cheesebro. Takes it baseline, slows it down, leaves it off to Crane. The three, no good. Rebound tipped and grabbed by Bucha. Now the Whalers have numbers if they hurry, but the pass by Bucha is errant, and now the Indians have numbers if they hurry. Bounce pass by Zuber is no good, intercepted by the Whalers, and back we go the other way. Here's Reese, bounce pass, yes, and Kennedy finishes.
Well, he had at least 3 girls going on Reese, and Franklin was wide open. Finally, New Bedford gets on the board with almost 3 minutes to go to make it 9-2.
9-2 your score. Oliver leaving it off. That's a 3 in the corner if it's good, and it is for Charlotte Ronan on senior night, who normally doesn't start. Chris gets the 3. That's some nice accolades for the young lady.
Sure is, especially on her night.
We're going to get a blocking foul called down low on the floor. Non-shooting.
Zuber, I believe.
It will be. Non-shooting as Bucha drew the contact, but it was before she was in the act of shooting. I want you to pay attention to this young lady who just came in off the bench, Chris, and it's Hayley Jenkins.
Okay.
She is the 6th player. She is a spark plug. There's a 3 in the corner, taken by Bucha. No good. Rebound to Cheesebro. And taking a seat for the Indians will be Ronan. Down low, the layup by Jenkins is no good. Rebound is grabbed by Ramus, who almost had her pocket picked by Hayley.
Always like to see someone come off the bench right away and add some energy to your offense or your defense.
Tatum leaves it back. We're going to get a contact on the floor. The foul's going, we'll take a look at that. Foul in the act of shooting.
Yeah, I'm not sure they're going to call this on. Let's see if we can get it.
I believe it's going to be against Kat Cheesebro.
No,
Well, it's against Zuber.
Zuber is second. 2 quick ones for her.
They both were there on the whack and the free throws are awarded to Hayley Chenard, who has come off the bench. Chenard, the sophomore guard.
She misses the first.
Front rins them both, Chris, but the rebound's grabbed by the Whalers. Here's Franklin. Maybe had a layup. Instead, she'll conservatively slow it down, but her pass is intercepted by Crane and the Indians. They've got numbers. Layup all the way coast to coast is good for Cheesebro, 13-2 Dartmouth.
And 8 for her to lead everybody, and especially the Indians, in a 13-2 lead here with 2 minutes to go in the first.
Tatum gets a pick. That's a 2 if it's good. Rolls around and out. Rebound to Cheesebro. Indians with numbers again. 4-on-2. Cheesebro, coast to coast. Count it, yes.
Well, I've heard about this young lady, and she has been quite impressive to start this game, to say the least.
And Dartmouth is really running away with this now. We'll get a foul. It'll be on the floor. It'll be no free throws here as Bucha was hacked on the way to the free throw line. We'll take a look at Cheesebro's last basket in transition.
But, I mean, you got to slow it down, get in front of her. And no one does, and she just goes where she wants to go.
Kennedy Franklin off the inbounds pass. It's up and good. 15-4.
Yeah, Richards can't be happy with that. That's too easy right there, Ian, when you have an inbound pass right underneath and an easy 2.
Even you could have made that one.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'm not that tall, though, unfortunately. Probably would have got blocked.
Here's Casey, leaves it off to Kat. Kat, turnaround jumper. It's up and good for Alexandra Kojakaru, who just came off the bench.
Yeah, and Kojakaru with a nice little turnaround from the elbow.
Leave off to Bucha. Bucha a floater, no good. Rebound grabbed by Ava Crane. And Ava Crane, Chris, is a volleyball star here at Dartmouth High, and she shows those volleyball skills with that height of hers.
A good block by Franklin there on Cheesebro.
Kennedy Franklin certainly standing her ground there on that block as Cheesebro was going to the goal. Ball was almost deflected. Bucha draws 2, leaves it off to Chenard. Chenard leaves it up top. Kennedy, back iron 2. Ball is loose. Who wants it? It's grabbed by Casey. She's a speedster for sure. She'll slow it down with 28 on the shot clock. Leaves it to Kat. Kat's turnaround floater is no good. Kennedy with the rebound. Outlet pass. Bucha gets intercepted by Casey Oliver. Casey to Cheesebro. Free throw line jumper. Yes.
Soft touch and in.
10 seconds to go. I would venture a guess the Whalers will play for the final shot. Here's Reese. 5 to go. 3 seconds, a floater. No good. Rebound to Jenkins, and the Indians will not get a shot off. And after 1 quarter of play, the Indians are well in control, 19-4. Stay tuned. Chris and I will be right back in about 1 minute with second quarter action here on DCTV. Welcome back, friends, to the start of the second quarter of action. And Chris, I know you've got some statistics from that first quarter and our scoring leaders.
Well, unfortunately for New Bedford, it's only Franklin. She's got the 4 points. They were 2 for 15 in that first quarter. Not very good at all there.
Cheesebro's reverse layup is no good. Grabbed by Jenkins, dumps it off to Kojikaru, draws 2, back to Hayley. Hayley slows it down, feeds Kat. Here's Kat Cheesebro. Turnaround over to Kojikaru. Stops, pops, too hard. Rebound to Franklin.
I like the move, though, by Kojikaru. A little Kevin McHale action on that move. That was nice.
We've had 2 Kevin McHale references already in one half of basketball. Not too bad.
Yeah, not bad at all. 8 for 20 for Dartmouth, by the way, and they're led by, obviously, Cheesebro with 12.
Bucha off the window, no good. Kennedy Franklin with the rebound. Yes, count it. She'll go to the line with a chance for a 3-point play. Kennedy Franklin, she's been the offensive story for New Bedford so far here this evening.
Yeah, that's a good rebound right there to get it to go right up. It will be on number 5, Crane there first.
We have a missed shot, but a free throw line violation here. I think there were some participants leaving too early the line. I don't know what happened here. Now Steve Cabral, the far side official.
Well, she had made it, so this free throw here, once it gets hit, the ball's got to be in play, and they stopped it.
Scott Richards and Jordan Piener are both looking for an explanation. Both have their hands raised like, what's going on here?
Well, she missed the free throw, and once the ball rebound, now you start to play, and nobody moved.
Correct.
So they're going to give it to New Bedford underneath instead.
So it'll be a lane violation against Dartmouth. Interesting. Yeah. It's also difficult with these officials with the masks over their mouths to read or hear what they're saying.
And it's tough to obviously hear that whistle, which is a hand whistle now.
Well, that'll all stop on the 28th, God willing. Yeah. That's a 20-foot jumper by Bucha, no good. Rebound to Cheesebro. Cheesebro almost gets her pocket picked, and she does, but then she takes it back from Bucha. And here's a chance for Cheesebro. Coast to coast. Too hard off the window, but she gets her own rebound. She'll slow it down. Up top, Crane, 3-ball, no. Rebound, Kojikaru. Back up top, Ava thought about a 3 again. She'll slow it down. Here's a 3 for Amani Ramos, no good. Rebound is loose on the deck. Who wants it? And the Whalers grab it. It was corralled by Tatum Reese.
Well, you can't say the Indians didn't have their chance there. That's 3 possessions. Just couldn't get nothing to fall.
Kennedy Franklin, ball is loose on the floor, did a spinorama. And the only one problem, the ball wasn't with her, and it goes to the Indians and Kojikaru. There's Kojikaru down low. The basket's good, but she's called for a travel before she banks it in.
Yeah, never had control of the ball, and the feet kept moving. And obviously, that's traveling, so Ramos will check out, and Thompson will check back in for New Bedford.
We never got a chance to go over the first quarter stats for the Indians, Chris, but obviously Kat Cheesebro was the story.
Yeah, she sure was, and she did it from the middle, she did it from the right side, the left side, little jumpers as well, looked good.
There's a deep 3 taken by Zariah Anderson. The shot is no good, and the rebound hoovered up by Cheesebro. Cheesebro, again, thought about that coast-to-coast again, but she'll slow it down. Instead, she'll bounce it to Hayley. Hayley draws 2. Her pass is intercepted by Reese on the floor. We're going to get a jump ball call on the tie-up of Kojikaru, and the arrow will remain with the Indians. So Ava Crane will take a breather for the Indians. Chris, and checking back in will be Casey Oliver.
Now, am I mistaken? No, I was right to say it was 19-4 was the half. It was the first quarter score. Is that correct?
That is correct.
So they scored some buckets here already. So how come the scoreboard hasn't moved?
Now it's moved, and the layup was up and in by Cheesebro, but You're correct.
I think there should be more points, right?
I think something is weird myself. There's a layup coast to coast
by
Lexi Thompson. It's 21-8.
I think there's more.
Could
I got
23.
6 points for them in the second quarter. So that's 25-8. No, am I wrong?
I think you might be correct.
Missing something here.
I don't know. Somebody in the truck can go and check with the scorer's table and confirm. But here's a 2-1-1 for the Whalers. Bounce pass. Ball is loose. The shot is up by Bucha. No good. But she is mugged on the way to the rack, and she will shoot a pair clear as day.
Ramos will be called for that one. But I thought the Cheesebro had scored. I thought Kojikura had scored as well. So I'm not sure. Bucha misses the first.
Well, certainly when you're trailing by as much as you are, if you're the Whalers, I know I'm Captain Obvious here, Chris, but you've got to make these free throws.
Oh, that's a given right there. Anytime you get to the line, you want to make them pay for it. That's the reason why you're going there. So, unfortunately for them, they do get a point. It's 21-9 according to the scoreboard.
Here's Cheesebro. Again, maybe if somebody in the truck can bop over.
Well,
if they can't, they can't, but maybe they can. Here's Oliver. Casey tries to go 1-on-2, splits the D, but she's called for the travel. Tried to sell the foul. She bumped right into Anderson, but she's called for steps.
I was thinking maybe some assistant coaches might notice this and go to the scoreboard, but they're not, so I don't know.
Down low, Kennedy wide open, a parting of the sea, and Franklin makes them pay. And with that, Scott Richards, Chris, will burn his first timeout of the evening.
And so Franklin moves up to 8 points now, 4 in the first quarter and 4 in the second to get them up to 11. So finally into double digits, 4:36 remaining here in the second quarter.
So glad you've joined us here as part of your Friday evening plans. Ian Abreu alongside Chris Santos. Good to see you, Chris. It's been too long, and I'm glad to be sitting alongside you again. Derek Baptiste, my friend and colleague, is normally here doing these Dartmouth games, but he had a prior personal commitment tonight, so... But Chris does a great job. He's been doing games how many years now? It's going to be at least 15 years.
Yeah, I'm just over 15. Me and Joe Cabral, yourself was in there. We had Paul Santos, Pete Braley.
My God, Pete Braley.
Yeah, we've had a lot of guys doing some games. So it's been a lot of fun.
It's been everything from high school to the Bay Sox and everything in between. And we have fun. That's the most important thing.
That's what it's all about. And I'm hoping that everyone enjoying it at home when you can't make it to the game.
Absolutely. Here's Hayley, baseline, goes to the goal. She's smacked on the way up. There's going to be a foul, and Jenkins will draw a pair at the line.
That one will be on Franklin, no doubt, her first.
The scoreboard is correct, confirmed, Chris.
Okay. Sounds good.
So 21-8, we are correct. We'll cross-reference the scoreboard at the half. Hayley makes the second.
There you go.
22-11 your score. Here's Lexi. Penetrates, no good. Ball is loose, and it's saved by Hayley, but her pass is intercepted by Lexi Thompson. The ball is loose on the floor. Finally, we have a jump ball called, and the arrow will go to the Whalers. You know, Chris, you're a hockey guy too, like I am. Similar in basketball it is to hockey. You never pass in front of your own net.
No.
And that was an example right there of a pass right in front of her own net, and look what happened.
Yeah, sometimes you obviously can get picked off because you got a lot of players around there. Very difficult, and obviously if you're on the other half, a little bit different in basketball. When you have height, your height is always a big advantage. Speed's a big advantage as well. And you see him go
Kennedy
again.
You were just talking about it, Chris, as if she just heard you. Kennedy Franklin getting that size down low, and again, she has been the story for this Whaler offense.
Yeah, sure has, and done it on the inside. That's where she belongs.
Casey, what a nice maneuver.
Wow, got in there strong. She's done it a couple of times, called for travel in both times, but not then.
The 2 steps trying to go end to end was Lexi Thompson. Her layup attempt is no good, but she draws all sorts of contact, and we'll take a look at that last bucket.
Yeah, see how she moved there? Nice little 2-step and then in before. Drag that other foot for be called for traveling. Ramos will get called for that foul, picks up her second. It's the team's 6th foul.
So they're 1 away from getting into no land. Don't want to get in that penalty. Plenty of time remaining still. And she back irons them both.
Yep.
So Tatum is 0 for 2 in that trip to the line, and here's Casey.
1 for 6, Ian, from the free throw line are the Lady Whalers.
Not a recipe for success.
No.
Jenkins will take a 3. Back iron getting the rebound up and in. Nice offensive board crash, and banking it in for the Indians is Charlotte Ronan. And to end, nice move to the basket as Lexi Thompson for 2.
That's what she can do well. Slash to the basket. Good ball handler.
Baseline jumper by Thompson, no good. Rebound grabbed by Hayley. Hayley is smacked on the way up. No call. It goes off of her foot out of bounds. It'll be Whaler ball. We'll take a look at that last Whaler basket.
Yeah, look at Thompson. See how fast she is and a good ball handle and slashing to her right. There she goes again. Now she gives it off.
Here's Tatum. Layup. No good. Tipped by Hayley right into the mitts of Casey Oliver. And here's Casey. All alone, coast to coast, high off the window, no good and wild. The ball is loose on the floor, grabbed by Bucha. Bucha now looks to push. 10-foot jumper, no good, but she's fouled by Amani Ramos. That's now her 3rd. That's a foul probably is going to make Scott Richards want to scratch his head.
Yeah, and I think Barber's going to come in. Looks like number 15 that could be checking in, Remy Barber.
Let's take a look at that last foul.
And another missed free throw as we watch. Now she's going to stop right here and then gets the body called. I don't think it was the hand. I think they called the body on it as Thompson exits and Ramos checks in.
Can't make the free throw, but Kennedy is there for the board, and it's good.
Yeah, and you can't have that because the first thing you talk about is, hey, we're here for a reason, box out.
So Kennedy Franklin, she's been the story, that forward/center, more of like a power forward down low and playing as the role of a center there, and she just boxes out and banks it in. 26-17, it's now a single-digit lead. Baseline jumper by Oliver, no good. Rebound grabbed by Anderson. 2 minutes to go here in the half. Bucha's pass. Intercepted as Bucha had it, and it was pocket picked right there by Cheesebro. Cheesebro leaves it off. Oliver, yes.
Wow, tough angle. And gets it to go.
That was a herky-jerky, circus-like shot, but they count him either way. It doesn't matter. There's a 3 if it's good by Bucha. No good. Rebound to Jenkins.
I don't think that's the shot that they really wanted to take there.
Oliver slows it down with 22 on the shot clock. No need to rush a shot here. Here's Kat. Cheesebro, who had a hot first quarter, cooled off here in the second. Here's Casey. A floater, no good. Draws the contact. Mission accomplished for Casey. She loves to draw that contact down low, and she is a very good free throw shooter. She'll shoot a pair, Chris. The foul will go against Franklin.
I believe it is. I'm going to make double check sure it was Franklin. It is. Her second.
We'll take a look at that last foul.
Yeah, and Oliver just strong to the basket. Misses the first free throw as she gets ready for the second.
Makes 1 of 2 here with a $1:25 to go in this opening frame. End to end, the layup attempt by Lexi, no good. Ball's loose on the floor. It goes off the Indians down low. Looks like it went off the foot of Oliver. It'll remain Whaler ball.
Crane will check in for Jenkins. She gets a nice round of applause.
So Scott Richards obviously opting for more size here in the last minute plus.
Yeah, especially with Franklin not in there, that kind of helps.
Move it around the circle. Pass almost intercepted and blocked, but Ramus gets it back. Floating, no good. Rebound grabbed by Ava right off the bench. Casey cutting his cheese bro. Yes!
Yeah. And you can tell right there, just by the way she moves, she knows exactly where she's going on the basketball court.
Tatum, a wild floater is up and good by Tatum Reese.
Wow. Actually, I believe it was Thompson who made that one number 3, and
you are correct.
That was pretty impressive.
Lexi Thompson, yes.
That was out of control, but it went in.
So Thompson with that nice left-handed floater. There's a 3 if it's up and good. Taken by Ronan, no good, but the rebound is grabbed by Crane. Crane gets her pass attempt intercepted by Thompson, and now the Whalers have a 4-second differential between shot and game. They will not waste it down. There's a rebound by Bucha, no good, tipped, grabbed by Ronan, and now the Indians, I would venture a guess, will play for the last shot.
Yep, down to 15 seconds. 12-point lead, no reason to rush it. I think you got to maybe find Cheese Bro. Let's see if that's going to come up.
Single digits to go, 6 seconds. Casey, a floater, not textbook at all, but gets her own rebound and puts it in. As time expires here in the half, they don't ask you how, they ask you how many.
That's
and
right.
We'll take a look at that last bucket at the buzzer beater by Oliver.
But New Bedford stood around. Nobody covered it. Nobody crashed the boards, and she did what she was supposed to do, grab it, go right back up and score.
All right, so we'll take a halftime break, and we'll be right back with third quarter and second half action in just a few moments. Again, with the score, the Indians well in control, 33-19. Stick around. The Indians are well in control so far here at the Carlin Lynch Activity Center. They are in front of the visiting New Bedford High Whalers and Southeast Conference rival, 33-19. Ian Abreu alongside Chris Santos here calling the action in this varsity girls basketball tilt. Chris, thoughts on that first half? And I know you have some scoring leaders to run.
Yeah, let's talk about New Bedford first. Really struggled with their half-court offense. Got going a little bit, obviously. Led by Franklin with 12, Thompson with 6, Butcher with 1. That's 19 for them. But they were only 1 for 9 from the free throw line, Ian. Not very good. They were 9 for 31 in the field goals. That's 29%. They really need to pick that up if they want to come back here in the second half. Meanwhile, this is unofficial, but I got Cheesebro with 18. I had Ronan with 5, Oliver with 8, Kojukaru with 4, Zuba with 1, Jenkins with 1. I got them 4 for 8 from the free throw line at 50%, and 16 for 36 with a respectable 44% for field goals. So a very good first half by the Lady Indians.
And if you're the Whalers, to get back in this game, what are the keys?
Well, you got to force some turnovers, and you got to make some easy half-court buckets when you have it in possession. Can't rely just on transition basketball. You got to find a way to settle in on offense and get more people scoring.
That's a 2. It's up and good for Casey Oliver. 1 foot was on the line, 1 foot was off. It's a 2, 35-19. The Whalers will now attack the basket left to right across your TV, and the visiting Reds. A reverse layup that time by Kennedy is wild, and the rebound is grabbed by Oliver and company. Ava, 3. Rolls around and out. It went 3/4 in and came out. Those sting the most. Rebound grab by Lexi Thompson. Lexi, 10-footer. No good. Rebound, free throw line, and it's grabbed by Ava Crane on the box out. Here's Casey. Kicks it off to Kat Cheesebro. Casey wide open for a 3. No good. Rebound to Franklin.
Yeah, kind of rushed that one too. She had all day. Didn't really have to take it that fast, but she did. Misting creates the foul. Does a little bit of that left-handed push off too when she has a lot of pressure on her, so got to be careful on that. Don't get caught for offensive fouls. Pick up her first foul.
Here's Lexi. Looking for help. She'll feed it over left side of the arc to Tatum. Tatum thought about a free throw line jumper. Instead, she'll kick it to Lexi. To the basket, yes. Nice play by Lexi Thompson.
And that's what she does best. Good ball handler that can get to the basket.
Casey thought about a 3. Instead, she'll get it to Kat, and Kat just gets ripped away by Lexi. But now Lexi gets it stolen. The ball is loose. It was stolen by back and forth we go. Went from Zuber
pinball
to Ramus, back to Oliver now. And there's a shot taken on the baseline. It's blocked out of bounds. Shot was taken by Ronan. It was blocked by Franklin and company. They were a few Whalers there. We have 25 on the shot clock. And the Indians will inbound under the attacking basket. Casey bounces it back over now to Cheesebro. Back up top. Ava thought about a 3. She'll slow it down. Ava on the give and go to Abby. Abby down low. Ava gets her own rebound. Second opportunity. No good. Zuber gets tied up. The arrow should be going to the Whalers, and it will.
Yeah, and a couple of easy misses for Dartmouth, but New Bedford not boxing out, especially Franklin, you know, the other tallest player. You got to be able to dominate the boards.
And it's only a 14-point game, Chris. If you're Scott Richards, you can't feel too comfortable. And there's a 3-ball taken by Butcher, no good. Rebound to Cheesebro.
Unfortunately, the offense has not been there for New Bedford tonight, so they're really going to have to go on a massive run if they have any chance. But you can't give up easy turnovers like that either if you're Dartmouth.
I got to admit, a very sloppy first start to this second half by the Indians, and there's a layup hard off the window and in by Butcher.
And her first 2 points, their leading scorer. Need more from her.
Here's Oliver, leaves it off to Cheesebro. Was calling for a pick from Crane, does not get it. Cheesebro takes her herself, dumps it off to Ronan. Ronan gets it stolen away by Vanessa Bucha out of bounds. It'll remain Indian ball with 12 ticks on the shot clock.
When you come back, Ian, you have to do it in spurts. You can't always do it all at once. If you get a little 6-0 run or a little 8-0 run, you got to get something going.
Cheeseborough 1-on-3, too hard off the window. Rebound grabbed by Kennedy. That's when maybe if you're Cat, you want to dump that one off.
Yeah. Or you just, you keep dribbling, you back out.
Hitting the floor that time was Lexi as the ball was just smacked away by Casey Oliver. All ball, no contact, good no call. Dartmouth now slows it down. They were rushing for a while, and now here's Casey. Leaves it off. Three by Ronan is just a little bit short, and it deflects out of bounds. It'll now be Whaler ball.
You got to do things that got you the lead, Ian, and that was cutting and motion and high picks and screens. That's what the Indians got to get back to.
Lexi had a pick set by Kennedy, and they tried to give and go. Instead, it was intercepted by Dartmouth, and now coast to coast was Casey. The shot is no good, but the high and wide rebound is corralled by Crane. Here's Ronan. Over to Oliver. Tries that hard layup. The underhanded, underarmed layup, no good. Rebound grabbed by Reese, who tries to go end-to-end. Her layup is blocked out of bounds by Crane. Goes off of Crane. It'll still be New Bedford ball.
And if you scouted her, you know she likes to go to her left. She uses the left a lot, Tatum Reese. Good inside look.
Yes, off the inbounds pass, Zariah Anderson, the freshman. Here's Oliver. Gets that pick on the give and go, trying to go to Cheeseborough, but she gets it ripped away by Franklin. All alone as Bucha has a chance on a 2-on-1, and a give and go back to Bucha, back to Thompson, and Bucha banks it in, and with that, we're going to get a timeout called, and we've seen enough here, and boy, it's a now 8-point game, Chris, at 35-27. The Indians led by as much as 16 at one point. Now it's single digits again.
Well, you talk about little mini runs, and that's a mini run right there from New Bedford to chip this lead down to just 8 as we watch here. Bucha to Thompson. Too far underneath, goes back to Bucha, an easy one off the glass. So Scott Richards calls times out and says, hey, girls, we're running a little wild out here on our offense. We got to get back to our set offense that we do well, which was obviously motion, cutting, and screens, and instead of just trying to go coast to coast one-on-one. And that's led to turnovers, and it's led to 6 points to 2 in favor of New Bedford to start this second half. And that's why it is a timeout by the Indians.
And it was well placed by Scott Richards.
Yep.
He said he had seen enough, but I'm trying to figure out if this is a combination of both. Probably is. The Whalers upping the ante here in the second half, and maybe the Indians slacking off a little bit and not bringing their game. Probably a little bit of both.
See, now right here, it's not about going coast to coast. It's about setting your offense. Maybe high picks, get some. See how she's trying to move the play right now. I like that. Now let's see where they go with this.
Casey goes 1-on-3, and it's good. Nice play by Oliver.
So they made more of an isolation on that one. Spread everybody out. Get them to the other side. I'm going alone, and that's where I went.
The lead once again back up to double digits for the Tribe. Here's Tatum, leaves it off to Anderson. The foul's going to be on the floor. Even if it went in, it would not have been an and one.
Yeah, I think that's on Jenkins.
It will be. Good eye. It is against Hayley, her first personal. Only the second team foul. Yep. We've had a very clean half so far.
And the same thing here now for the Whalers. It's find a way to get some half-court offense and cut the lead down at the same time.
Bucha kicks it off to Kennedy, and that steps. Clear as day.
Yep. Jordan Pena didn't like it. Jordan Pena says that's a good move. Sometimes the officials say, nope, you take that first step, I'm calling travel no matter what. High pick coming up. There it is.
There it is. Cheeseborough gets that pick. Instead, she did not have the lane she was hoping for. That's a 3 by Casey if it's good. No, gets her own rebound. Ooh. Goes around in and out. Again, 3/4 of that way going in. We've seen that a few times for Dartmouth tonight. There's Bucha to check that. That's actually Thompson. Layup is no good. Back up top to Bucha. Leaves it off now to Anderson. Baseline jumper now by Thompson, no good. Rebound to Casey. Oliver crosses that timeline. Fires it off to Crane. On the give and go. Back to Casey.
Good pick. Good play by Reese.
The pass is picked off of Ava Crane, and it's grabbed by Lexi. Tries to go 1-on-2 all the way to the goal. She draws the contact that time, Chris. And that time she will shoot a pair at the line.
And Jenkins, another foul for her. So a quick 2 and puts Thompson on the line, as you said, where they've had real difficult tonight. Two for 10.
Let's take a look at that last contact.
Yeah, interesting that she went right down and split the 2. I thought she might have pulled it out. I'll look for Butcher, the trailer, and she didn't.
And she makes them both. Haven't said that much tonight, Chris. The Whalers making both free throws at the line.
No, we have not said.
Now, wait a minute. The near side official near us is waving off that last free throw because of a free throw line violation. That last free throw was waved off, and Jordan Pina is hot.
He's beside himself with that one. He's like, you got to be kidding me.
We have a jump ball called, and the arrow will remain with the Indians. I've got to admit, Chris, that's a ticky-tack call.
Yeah.
And he's asking for a rationale. And Jordan deserves a rationale, but he better be careful. He might get teed up here.
Yeah.
He has to watch it. He's heated, and rightfully so. And for Jordan to be that fired up, you know that there's something wrong. There's a turnaround by Hayley, no good, out of bounds. All ball, no contact. It'll remain Dartmouth ball.
1:32 to go here in the third. Still plenty of time. Anybody's ball game.
Here's Casey.
Good pick.
Nice pick. Vanessa Bucha, who's an excellent defender, picks that pocket. She goes on Cheesebro, takes it baseline, draws 4 defenders, wide open Thompson. Layup no good. Ball is loose. Who wants it? Casey has it. The Indians have a 2-on-1 if they get their heads up, and there's a miscommunication there. The dump off for Hayley was too hot to handle, and the hot potato goes off of her left hand, out of bounds. Whaler ball. Yeah,
but you have control. I'd like to see Oliver take off on that one a little bit more. You're the better ball handler. Go. Be aggressive. Get the foul called.
And she's certainly not immune to being aggressive.
No.
We've seen it all night long. We've seen it her whole career. Here's Kennedy. Turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound, grabbed by Cheesebro on the box out. Check that, it was Zuber.
Now, I like the mismatch there, and I like to see Franklin fake the shot and then go into the basket and try to create the foul.
Here's Abby, bouncing it over to Amani Ramis off the bench. Ramis, back to Hayley. 10 on the shot clock. Casey, that hop skip jump of hers that's so famous. The shot is up and blocked and no good, but she will earn 2 shots at the charity stripe.
And I think it's on Franklin, her third.
And I believe you're correct.
Yeah.
Yes, it is her third.
So this is decision time now for Jordan Pina.
And of course, as always, Casey, money in the bank.
3 for 5 from the free throw line as we watch Franklin pick up her third. As checking in, number 21, Alexandra Kojakaru.
So Kojakaru in,
Kojakaru.
and Cheesebro out.
Yeah.
Here's Bucha. Now, do the Whalers play for that last shot? There's about a 1-second differential. We'll see what they do here.
Looks like it.
It looks like they are going to do that under the direction of Jordan Piva. And you can see here, calling for the play. He's looking for a pick. There's a free throw line jumper, not even close, taken by Thompson. Rebound grabbed by the Whalers. There's a 3 taken back iron by Anderson. Again, the third opportunity. Shot is taken by Reese, no good. Rebound to Oliver. She has a chance. 1 second, a 3 if it's good, and it's not. But with that, the Whalers will take still a comfortable double-digit 10-point lead into the 4th and final frame. And as you can see here before we take the break, Jordan Pina is still hot about that, Chris. He needs an explanation.
He wants to know what's going on, and he's saying, well, you know, where she was with her foot, and he said the foot slide. But here's the big thing. Once the play went in the basket, they called subs, and subs came in. Then the official made the call, and that's what Jordan was really said, how come you didn't call it right away? So that's what he was asking about.
Chris and I will be right back with 4th quarter action in just a minute here on DC TV. Don't go away. Fourth quarter action, the Whalers to inbound right in front of us. This really hasn't been the Whaler night so far, Chris, but boy, you know, if you're looking at this as a glass half full, this game is still winnable.
Oh, easily. Only down by 10 in one quarter. It's not like it's been high-scoring quarters. That was like 7-5 that quarter there. So, you know, really low scoring. And Oliver doing all of it. And Bucha will go to the line because she's been the one that's been a little bit hotter for New Bedford with 4 points in the third quarter.
It's a good start for the Whalers, but you got to make those free throws.
They do.
We'll take a look at that last contact that drew the free throw attempts. By the way, the foul will win against Alex Kojakaru, her second personal, fourth team foul. Offensive board, however, grabbed by Anderson. It's good.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Zariah Anderson picks up the Whalers when they were sinking there. They had missed 2, and the Indians were in transition, perhaps to grow that 10-point lead. Instead, it's now, again, a single-digit lead. Here's Cheesebro. Slows it down, finds Oliver. Casey draws 2 defenders over to Ramus. Ramus up top.
Down to 6.
Now trying to set a pick.
Wow.
Cheesebro, I'm not sure that was an attempted layup. I think she just lost her footing.
I think so, too.
And the rebound's grabbed by Franklin and company.
Yep.
Franklin will take it all the way herself. Her layup is no good. Rebound to Kojakaru.
Stood her ground. Forced Franklin to go at it. Couldn't get it done.
Here's Oliver. Leaving it off to Cheesebro. Gets that pick set
Now
by
you see that move
Kojakaru.
there? Now the people call that traveling, and they don't call it that time. So sometimes you call it, sometimes you don't.
The layup is up and good by Casey, obviously well after the play had stomped on the foul on the floor, and the foul's going against Bucha. That's her first personal.
It's only the team second.
Amani Ramus to inbound right in front of her parents. Here on the near side of the court, right next to us. Her father, Dwayne, here. Kojakaru hits the deck, no contact, slipped on her own footing. And here's Franklin with a clear and blatant size advantage, but she still can't make the Indians pay with the layup. We're going to get a jump ball call, a very quick jump ball call on that ball as it was loose on the floor. The arrow, however, will swing back as it should to the Indians as the Whalers had it last time. That was a quick jump ball call.
Yeah, and Jordan Peter's having a very difficult time with that same official, I can tell you that.
He's barking again.
He can't be happy right now with him.
Here's Amani. Dumps it off now to Zuber. Here's Abby. Gives it off to Cheesebro. Amani, top of the key again. Stops, pops, 10 on the shot clock. Abby, 1 on 3. Over to Casey, 20-footer, no good. Rebound grabbed by Bucha. We're going to get a foul against the Indians, a push on the defensive board.
Zuba, her third. Team fifth, and Jordan Pena calls timeout. Yep. With 6:02 remaining, only up by 8. Still, Ian, up for the grabs if New Bedford wants to go out and get it.
6:02 to go, as Chris mentioned, and boy, this was a very winnable game for the Indians here coming into this second half. We'll take a look at that last foul.
Yep. Good box out first,
back.
and then Zuba comes in. And as Reese was kind of boxing out, I mean, even that one, I mean, I don't think she was really near the ball that they had to call that foul, but he does.
So glad you've decided to spend part of your Friday evening with us, whether it's on the YouTube live stream or on tape delay on local Comcast cable in the town of Dartmouth. Ian Abreu alongside a longtime partner of mine from way back in the day, old school, Chris Santos. Good to see you again, Chris. It's been a pleasure.
Ian, it's been a lot of fun, and you know, kind of a game that I thought it would be with the two teams at 6-11 and 9-7, but yet New Bedford did take them the first time. I figured it'd be a closely contested game, and I'm hoping it's coming down to the wire.
And here is Thompson on the give and go to Bucha. Layup no good. Little too soft on the give and go. We have a jump ball called on the floor. The arrow will now go back to the Whalers as the pendulum swings.
All right.
Let's see what happens here. A very winnable game for the Whalers. And right off the inbound pass, count it, and one. She'll go to the line. Kennedy Franklin. And don't sleep on these Whalers yet. There's a pulse.
Just yet. They got to come back, and there is a pulse. And when you get it, as you can see, she will go to the line to get the old-fashioned three to make it here. But got to make your free throws, Ian.
Can't make them.
Nope. That's been tough.
So instead of
Whoa.
a 5-point, it's now a 6-point, but now we have an interception. Here's Thompson. She loses control, and the ball is grabbed by Cheesebro, and Cheesebro is grabbed as she was trying to go up the court in transition. And the foul is going to go against Bucha, her second.
Now, Cheesebro lost it. It came back. Good hustle by Oliver, Ian, to come back and get that deflection.
5:33 to go. Here's Casey. A handoff to Zuba, and she gets her pocket picked by Bucha. Bucha tries to go 1-on-2. No good. Rebound grab by Lexi, and she'll slow it down. Thompson being guarded by Amani Ramos. Spin move. No good. Rebound. Loose. Reese. No good. Rebound, and it's grabbed on the box out by Zuber, and we're going to get an over the back against the Whalers on the foul. We're going to get a push, and the foul is going to go against Tatum Reese.
Her first.
I'm really having a tough time gauging the momentum in this thing and where it's going.
Yeah, a lot of turnovers here in the fourth as well as the third in this second half, and both teams really struggling. A lot of fatigue setting in right now.
Here's Zuber, top of the key. Back over to Casey, the floater. Tries to draw that contact as she so famously does, and she does not get the contact call. It is deflected out of bounds, as Chris mentioned, so it'll remain Indian ball with 15 to go on the shot clock. Zuber looking for help. Finds it in Cheesebro. No good. Rebound loose, and it's grabbed by Anderson.
Good look, high off the glass. Unfortunately, too strong. She comes back, deflects it out, but goes right to Franklin.
Here's Franklin. Over to Anderson. And slowing it down is Thompson. Draws three defenders. That's a three if it's good by Bucha. Takes that Don Nelson-esque bounce, but instead of going into the hoop, it goes up and over the backboard to the right and out of bounds. It'll be Indian ball with 4:27 to go.
So a little more man-to-man pressure. Almost full court from New Bedford to try to get some turnovers and easy transition baskets if they can.
Zuber, spin move. The ball goes out of bounds, but she draws the contact on that spin. That'd be a clean hip check in hockey. Can't do that in basketball.
No.
And the foul's going to go against Anderson.
Yeah, Ramos will check back in. That was only Anderson's first, but
I got to be honest with you. I've been impressed with Zariah Anderson off the bench, the freshman.
Yeah.
Has the size, has the mid-range jumper.
good give and go right there.
There it is to Casey, but you got to finish that. Yep. Casey had it and just lost control. That's when Casey makes 9 times out of 10. Here's Lexi trying to go 1-on-3. Another wild shot, rebound to Cheesebro, and the Indians look to push.
Yeah, and push with speed.
Cat, yes, coast to coast.
Yeah, and push with speed for her first 2 here in the fourth.
Here's Lexi. That has to be a travel, and it is. Tried to go to the hoop, and she hit the deck with the ball still in her possession. Jordan Pena has seen enough. He's going to call a timeout with an 8-point Indian lead at the 3:45 mark in the ball game.
Yeah, you don't want to get to double digits, and that's a good timeout because you're thinking in your head, we're going one way, and she goes right down for an easy score. We come back, we lose possession. They're going to get it back. Whoa, wait a minute. We can't let this get out of hand with 3:45 left. We got to kind of control this management, and that's what he's doing right now by calling the timeout.
So if the Indians are to hold on and win this thing, Chris, we talked about it during the Open, they will clinch a postseason berth.
Yep.
The Whalers need to go on a run here, and they need some help if they want to make the postseason.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult if they don't win this one because being 41st ranked in the South and looking to get up to 32nd, they need to win all 3 and win pretty impressively, too, if they can. So this is a big 3:45 left in this contest. And I think you're going to see a lot of more of that full court pressure as much as they can to try to create some turnovers.
And these games are typically close for the most part, Chris. A lot of these student athletes, even though it's New Bedford and Dartmouth, they grew up playing in the Burgo basketball camps, summer camps, travel teams. A lot of these girls know each other.
Oh, yeah, AAUs, all kinds of things going on that they play outside and off-season.
Cheesebro leaves it off to Crane. Crane to Amani Ramis. Ramis couldn't gain a handle, but that's not before a traveling violation is called against Ava Crane.
And if you're New Bedford, you're happy about that. You'll get any turnover you can get, but you got to convert into points.
All right, here's Lexi. Leaves it off to Tatum Reese. Reese back up top to Lexi. Here's Thompson, gets a pick. Free throw line jumper. No good, rattles around and out. Ball is loose, grabbed by Franklin. And we have a fresh shot clock now for the Whalers. Lexi, a floater. No good, draws the foul. In the act of shooting. She'll shoot 2 at the line.
Moves are going the way they want them. The ball's just not dropping, not falling in for them, even though they're creating something on that half-court offense, but ball just does not want to go in.
Foul goes against Ava Crane, her second personal. And now, Chris, the Indians are in foul trouble. They have 17 fouls, so now it'll at least be a 1-and-1, and if they get to 10, it'll be an automatic double bonus.
Those look nice. Down by 6.
Something we haven't said yet too often tonight, Chris. The Whalers make them both at the line, and we have a steal as Cheesebro gets it stolen from Franklin. Franklin goes to the goal. It goes off of Abby Zuber, however. It'll remain Whaler ball.
And now if we have a replay on that, I'm curious if that went off Franklin's knee as it went out of bounds, because that ball looked like it was in. Even Richards got up and said, wait a minute. I think my girl deflected it. Let's see if that goes off her leg. See, I don't know if that really hit her foot and went forward. It was close. Let's see right here. Who's it going to touch? Once it gets gone, is that off her knee?
Ooh.
Tough to tell.
Zariah with a 3, no good. The whole bench stood up. They were wishing that one in. They were willing it, wishing it would go in. They could not get it to fall. 2:50 to go.
Great job, replay crew.
We have a crack staff here.
That was very good, showing that right there.
Led by Peter Chase. There's a 3 by Bucha. Ooh. It was rolled around and out. That's one that Bucha had in. She just miscued.
And not too many 3s here tonight, this contest.
Casey smartly will slow it down. 6-point lead. 15 left on the shot clock. Can take this to almost 2 minutes. Oliver, almost tipped by Reese, goes into the meat hooks of Cheesebro.
Cheesebro shoot down the 5.
Up top, Abby tries to draw that contact, does not get the contact, and the rebound, the loose ball goes to Bucha. Bucha now gets tag teamed. Bucha tries to get it over to Reese, and it's stolen by Zuber. Here's Casey, bounce pass, Cheesebro, bang! And with that, Jordan Pena is going to burn another timeout. That was a huge momentum swing for the Indians.
Yeah, it was. I mean, that's something where you get the play, Bucha comes up over half court and then turns it over. And then great heads up. Watch the heads up here by Oliver when she gets the ball. Now you're going to get a quick pass, but now she's eyeing. She sees Cheesebro the whole way. Nice little bounce pass, splits the 2, puts it right in front, and an easy layup, and they go up by 8.
So now if you're Jordan Pena, you're starting to flirt with dangerous territory here. You were within striking distance for a while, but now, oh boy, an 8-point deficit with 2 minutes to go. Not only do you have to go on a run, you have to get stops.
Yeah, well, that's obviously the key. And they haven't been bad on defense. It's obviously been on the offensive side to make sure that they can make buckets. They got to hit some kind of jumpers. They got to hit 3s. They got to find a way to do something.
Lexi Thompson pulling the old Rajon Rondo there, letting the ball roll so the clock doesn't wind. And she gets it at midcourt. This Lexi, again, the Whalers are victims of that ball rolling around and out. They cannot get the luck of the Irish tonight, and Lexi's shot's no good. And we have Oliver trying to go up court here, and she's pushed as she goes up the court. She does step out of bounds, but she draws the contact. It will be a foul against the Whalers. It'll go against Thompson.
Wouldn't even surprise me if Jordan finally, toward the end, when he knows it's out of control, gets a technical. It really wouldn't. Because he's just heated up, you can tell.
Yeah, he's not in a good place right now. He's frustrated. Yeah, he is. Yeah. Casey tries to get it in bounds. She does and grabs it away from Bucha. And I would assume if you're the Indians, you're Scott Richards, you want to bleed the clock.
Oh, yeah. That's why Cheeseboro's just doing their best dribbling. and looking for a cutter, and then gets the foul by Franklin.
Cuts it to Zuber. Zuber is knocked down by Kennedy.
And her fourth, by
It's
the
her
way.
fourth. And now with that, we have a 1-and-1 bonus.
And I wouldn't take her out. You just got to roll the dice.
At this point, yeah.
You have nothing to lose with 1:30 to go. So she's going to stay in, and actually Ramus is going to come out.
And Zariah Anderson also checks back in. We know she can shoot the deep ball. Abby can't make them pay for their sins on the 1-and-1. And the outlet pass by Butcher goes to Thompson. Left-handed layup is up and good. And Jordan Pina is going to call a quick timeout after that basket.
It's a two-possession game with 1:21, and you know as turnovers go that quick, it can go. But watch the scoop shot with the left hand by number 3, Thompson.
Nice. Textbook for sure. And now if you're the Indians, you want to bleed clock for sure, but you certainly want to get off a good shot this time.
So I'm assuming the Indians have 2 more games, but they're on the road. This is their last home game?
They have 3 more after this game.
Okay, but this last home game?
Yes, that's what I was told.
All right, that's why it's senior night. Okay,
Yes.
just want to make sure.
So we'll see where the tournament lines up,
Yeah, where it
depending
takes
on where they win. And hopefully we get a home game here. We may not. We'll see what happens.
All depends on the seed.
The boys team is very analogous, their situation, to the girls for the Whalers, where they're in that 6-win range, and they're trying to make a late run here. But the Indians, you would think out of 4 games remaining, they would get one of those in the bag to make the tournament. But you can't assume. You want to win the one in front of you, and this was certainly a winnable game for them.
Oh,
but let's see if they can close.
Easily. And it's one game at a time. It's the one that's always in front of you.
Cheesebro takes the inbound pass, and she laterals it to Zuber, who crosses the timeline.
You got to double,
gets a bump.
Yeah, you got to double. You got to force a turnover. Clock's wasting. I'd get on it and double it.
Oliver
There
had
it
a
is.
clear shot, but instead will
There it
slow it
is.
down, and the pass to Cheesebro is stolen. Nice big league play there by Sydney Ramus.
You got to go
Here's
right to the basket here.
Franklin has a chance. Opportunity. Nice block down low. Amani Ramus was down there.
That was
Big height
big.
disadvantage, and she makes the block.
You got to double.
48. Here's Casey, wide open, and that just might seal the deal for the Indians tonight.
Yeah, but not fast enough doubling. I mean, you're giving Cheesebro all the look that you want.
Turnaround by Thompson, no. Good ball is loose. Saved from going
Got to hurry up.
behind the backcourt. Grabbed by Franklin. 27 on the shot clock, 31 on the game. There's another wild layup by Thompson, no good. Shot clock turned off.
Slow it down.
Are we going to foul here and stop, or are we going to let the clock go? I think we're going to let it go here. And Jordan calls the dogs off and says, just let them bleed the clock. And an Indian victory is a fait accompli now at this point. A clutch victory for the Indians here tonight, Chris, 44-36. And with the win, they improve to 10-7, while the Whalers fall to 6-12. And, well, Scott Richards and his Indians, they got what they accomplished so far here in the year. They wanted to make the tournament. Mission accomplished. Obviously, you want to win a state title, but it's one step at a time.
Yeah, and you want to get a little revenge on that first loss. They got the first loss down in New Bedford, and they come around and say, hey, let's get this going. They started off great, and they just never took the pedal off the gas. And a good job by Scott Richards and his staff to, keep it going and knowing that this was a big game because New Bedford needed it to try to advance their way to the playoffs and probably not going to get there after losing this one.
Chris, final thoughts?
Well, I wish the Indians well. They look like they have some good ball handlers, obviously with Cheesebro, but Oliver is the catalyst. So it does start with her. And she's the senior guard, so you got to look at her to really run it and then get Cheesebro. Like to see a little bit more players get involved and not just rely on them, because if they get cold, well, who we turn into. So want to get some more depth in the scoring department. But Cheesebro is for real as a freshman. She does a nice job, and they really work together. As you saw at the end, the give and goes with one another.
Well, again, with the victory, the Indians have clinched a postseason berth in the MIAA Girls Basketball Division II bracket. And with the win, The Indians improve to 10-7, while the Whalers fall to 6-12. For Peter Chase, our entire production crew, for my broadcast partner, he is Chris Santos. I am Ian Abreu. On behalf of us, all of us here on DCTV, again, the final score, 44-36. Indians are victorious. Until next time, so long, everybody.